Some of the video footage is controversial. So people will say this is supernatural, this is of God. Other people will say there's something wrong here. It's preternatural. This could be demonic. And I'm referring to them walking or running backwards, and then them being so heavy they can't be picked up. I'm sure you have spoken to Conchita on this. Can you maybe address the concerns of people who bring up these two elements?
So let's address the worst slander against Garabandal is that it's demonic. Think about the 4 years that the Blessed Mother was there. What was said? What was her message, really? We must lead good lives. What did she say? Go to church, receive communion, go to frequent confession, say the rosary, wear a scapula. How does that benefit the devil in any way, shape, or form? That's 4 years of constant messaging that she gave everyone. And it wasn't so much about these predictions of the future. She just simply said, lead good lives and do these things. The second problem is most of the ecstasies were done beginning with a rosary. How is that demonic? Let's go to the walking backwards. A million people have said this to me. I said, have you ever walked backwards in your life? Well, then you're demonic. Do you know why? I said they were in ecstasy inside the church in front of the Blessed Sacrament. And when Mary led them out of the church, she led them out of the church walking backwards as a sign of respect for the Eucharist. And the theme of the Eucharist runs all through Garabandal. One of the greatest forms of proof of Garabandal is what's called the little miracle. So many people started coming to Garabandal. Conchita wanted a sign so undeniable that no one could refute it. And she begged the Blessed Mother to show something. Give us a sign that no one can refute. So St. Michael said, I'm going to give you 15-day notice of a Eucharistic miracle. And 15 days later, Conchita knelt down outside. She stuck out her tongue, and this is on film. It's on, still camera, hundreds of witnesses. She sticks out her tongue. There's nothing there. And immediately an illuminated host appears on her tongue. So that's irrefutable to me. Predicted in advance, 15 days in advance, witnessed by hundreds, on film that her tongue was empty and this host appeared out of nowhere.
If someone were to say Garabandal is disapproved, is it disapproved or not yet approved? Is it in limbo? What is this? What is the status? What is the proper way of understanding this? Because already I've received a massive amount of people saying this is fake, don't dare talk about it, it's super bad. Then there's all these other people saying this is great, so glad you're talking about it. I want to be completely open. I always try to be completely open about what I'm thinking, what I'm studying. And so I'm not convinced one way or the other, but I'm kind of in awe over if this is legit. And then these connections with Padre Pio and all that. So what is there? Is it disapproved or non-approved? What's the way we understand?
If you want to use my term, it's awaiting approval. So first of all, there is no official ruling from the Vatican. So let's make that crystal clear. And as a matter of fact, because people don't really delve into this, they believe what they want to believe, or they take bits and pieces of little stories. This is so long ago. If you go to modern day, Bishop Zamora was bishop from 2007 through 2015. He changed the course of everything in Garabandal because no bishop had ever said Mass in Garabandal. He did 2 Masses at Garabandal. And at one of them, he actually took the time to kiss a crucifix that Mary kissed. So it's not that these bishops are all hardliners against Garabandal. Again, the early ones who did no investigation whatsoever and never submitted anything to the Vatican, their opinion is worthless, honestly, because they were lying. They did nothing of any consequence to try and prove or disprove. All they wanted to know was, we're going to try and shut this down. This overwhelming evidence for 4 years that the Blessed Mother appeared there. How you can't explain the things that the girls did. There's no natural explanation. It has to be supernatural. It has to be divine intervention. But Zamora, in those years, he went to Garabandal twice. That gave a great uplift to the Garabandal movement because you finally had a bishop who took the time, did his due diligence, looked into everything that was being said, looked into the countless miracles that people were cured of at Garabandal from kissed items, and celebrated the two masses and kissed the crucifix. So
What year did that bishop go to Garabandal?
I believe it was 2012 was the first mass
Okay.
that he did there.
Wow.
And
Okay.
again, I can send you documentation of that too.
What's the name of the Facebook page?
The Message of Garabandal.
The Message of Garabandal on Facebook.